Hey guys, Hailey Lain aka Key Black here, and welcome back to another episode of Off the Cuff as we dive back into the Death Tea saga of Yu-Gi-Oh! With Death Tea 4 Capsule Monster Chess. Or rather, what happens just after Death Tea 3? Because this is my favorite moment in the entire saga. So, this chapter, Arena number 2, picks up immediately after we just saw what looks like Honda's death in Death T3, with the block covering the exit, and he's trapped in there as these cubes continue to fall around him. First off the title page is the other Yugi, so I wonder what's gonna happen in this chapter. We haven't seen him in a while. But then the first page is brutal. It's a recap of what we just saw, and then the characters' reactions. There's practically no dialogue on this page after Honda says, "This is as far as I go." Half this page is just expressions, and Yugi in particular looks like, something's happening. The gang is in disbelief, and in fact, Janochi refuses to believe that Honda's dead. He insists, no, that idiot wouldn't die that easily. But Yugi is having a hell of a moment. I'm looking at these panels and some of Yugi's expressions are scary, and it's accompanied by those rumbling sound effects, and we all know what those mean. I've always found myself coming back to these chapters over and over and over again. Like, I think I've reread this part of this story more times than I've revisited any part of any other story. It's this particular flavor of angst and tension that is just, it's absolutely candy to me. So, Yugi is not acting like himself. Anzu notices. Janochi, tries to shout a reassurance to Honda that they'll come back for him, but then even he notices Yugi's not acting like himself. And then we get this brilliant pacing cut. Takahashi! There's like a startlingly calm shot of Kaiba's like messing with his chessboard, viewing Yugi and his friends as pawns in his game. And there's this really awful, painful interaction between the Kaiba brothers, and we see that they actually do not have a good relationship whatsoever. Kaiba's horribly cruel with Mokuba, and all Mokuba wants is his big brother's approval. Mokuba shouts at Seto that you bet on Yugi over your own brother, and Kaiba retaliates with, "Know this, there's no such thing as brotherly love in the gaming world. Until you figure that out, you'll always be a loser, Mokuba." Poor Mokuba here, I feel so bad for him. Like, he's a child, his older brother is terrible to him, and he's about to pit himself up against once again, the most dangerous person he could possibly pit himself up against. And speak of the devil, Yugi is actually actively trying to hold back the transformation. His friends manage to snap him out of it for a moment, but the sound effects don't stop, and he finally admits that he is terrified that he has an other self that he knows nothing about. And furthermore, he's afraid that if his friends found out, they would leave him. I just get crushed looking at Yugi's face when he finally says, "There's something I've kept secret from you." Janochi once again proves himself one of the coolest characters of the damn manga by going, "Yugi, I swear to you, even if there is another person inside of you, we'll always be friends." And he has just the sweetest expression. And this next panel with the cross-hatched shading and everything, my heart. This is the kind of stuff that I always sought out in fanfictions, and I still do. I'm such a sucker for this stuff. So, with Yugi newly reassured, the gang finally heads off to Death T4. Yugi gives a final glance back to where Honda's been trapped in Death T3 and promises to come back for him. And Mokuba emerges on the other side of what appears to be a brand new arena filled with a cheering audience, and Mokuba's challenging Yugi to a game of Capsule Monster Chess, a rematch. He demands Yugi, of course, come to the battle box alone. Janochi offers to go with him, but Yugi declines, saying, "No, I won't be alone. I've got you guys here with me. And I won't be afraid anymore of the other me." Which is like the coolest thing he could possibly say there. The sound effects come back full force, all the rumbling happens again, Yugi's starting to change posture, it's really ominous, and this time his friends are seeing it firsthand, so I'm just sitting there going, finally! 2 pages pages of some of the most gorgeous transformation sequence in the manga so far. There's like a smile playing on his lips as the puzzle glows and blows his hair back. And it kind of makes me laugh too, because so far all these transformations between Yugi and his other self have been kind of ominous and creepy, but this one looks downright heroic. And on the following page, we get this big close-up expression on the other Yugi as he gives a confident smile to Jinochi and Anzu with, "Jinochi, Anzu, I will win." And I love their reactions. I think Anzu is actually blushing. Same girl, same. But as they reel in the shock and realization that Yugi wasn't just exaggerating, nor was it a figure of speech, there is another Yugi. The other Yugi continues forward to meet Mokuba in the battle box, and guys, we're gonna cut it off there before going into the actual capsule monster chest battle of Death T4. Thank you so much for listening and for watching, and I will see you in the next one.